What's up, guys? Your Biglee here. This is the show where I interview the top fitness industry pro and bring them right to your doorstep. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and comment on the comment section about what you think about this interview. Good afternoon, everyone, and a very happy Sunday to you all. So, in the series of lives that I'm bringing to you, this week we're gonna have a very special guest joining us. It's Dr. Maya Rathod. To give you an update about Dr. Maya, first of all, I would say a wonderful human being. Okay, being human is very tough. She's a wonderful human being, a great women's athlete who wants to bring in a change. The place where we get along very well is that she wants to give back to the community of athletes and give them the right information and tools to become better athletes. So today I'm going to ask her a lot of questions regarding that. And she's a very successful gynecologist where she works day and night. And for all of you who have excuses to work out, excuses to not diet, yesterday night she was working in the hospital till 12 midnight, and today morning she finished her work at around 2:30 p.m. She drove her way back home, and she's gonna join us live, which means this person has tremendous amount of commitment and dedication. So let me introduce and welcome Dr. Maya Rathod into the show. Please join me in welcoming her into the live. Just wait till Instagram for a few. Usually takes some 5-10 seconds. Here we go. Hi Maya, how are you?
All good. How are you guys doing?
I'm awesome. So I was just giving a brief introduction. Hope you heard it. So a lot of people are eager to wait because this is the first women's athlete that I'm doing on my life. So I'm gonna pick your brain towards the end of the live. I'm gonna put some tough questions to you. And before that, you have an amazing personality, inspire the people around, super positive. So I gave an introduction, but who is Dr. Maya Rathod? What would you say?
Dr. Maya Rathod is as common and ordinary like you all. Only thing is what makes me different is I'm a very time managing person and very particular about what I manage in my life, and I prioritize my thing because I have a multiple responsibilities. So when you ask me what is Maya, when she is on morning days routine, she is completely a doctor who is a quick decision maker about life saving. Yes, when you comes to the night time, I'm in my beast mode because I'm in my gym where I put all weights and I'm completely different scenario. So these are the two personality at a time I play in my life. Yeah.
Awesome. So what about family? How supportive were your family in the beginning? How supportive are your family?
Yes, when it comes to family, when it comes to being a doctor, in my family, all are doctors. I'm the younger one, and so being a doctor is a very acceptable to my family. What I am today, yes. When it comes to bodybuilding, initially there was a very big no from my family and society as well. Because being a doctor in India and then getting into a bodybuilding kind of sports was totally a big no. Not only my family was no with it, but then rest of the people whom I knew were also not happy with what I was deciding to be into. But for me, it was other way. I said like if we don't support, no other females will support it. And me being a gynecologist, if I'm a doctor of a female body and I don't support to be a bodybuilder, then it will be unjustified. And that's how there was in fact there is still a barrier of me competing, and not that acceptable. Yes, for sure. But then, yes, a day will come when this barrier will break and people will accept that you don't need to be a surgeon, you don't need to be a musician, you don't need to be a dancer to be a bodybuilder, you know. You
Yeah,
just need to have an athlete attitude towards it.
absolutely. See, like I have, like I've had in the past clients, like these people were extremely suppressed, but when they saw the results, they were so eager to compete. Some were able to step on stage and compete, and some were not. Level of barrier that I see, okay, so like is too high, especially from the family background and other things. The simplest and the most ridiculous excuse that uh, the family people and the society gives for women is nobody will marry you if you stand on the stage. But like at this point, I would just like to say, when a woman stands on stage with bikini, she needs hell a lot of guts. And you're displaying what 99.9% of other girls do not have. So, like this is a mentality that needs a huge switch. And, like I'm so proud and, like I appreciate the fact what you have done and the way you're spreading positivity towards it and you're trying to inspire people. So when I saw you in the booth of WordPress, the way you were cheering people, the way you were communicating, it was amazing. So now let me get back to the questions. What inspired you to lift? What inspired you?
Inspired me wasn't a moment of inspiration, but then as a doctor, and I got married and I had two kids. So I had gained a lot of weight. In my college days, I was a super active woman. I had won lots of medals. I have done my taekwondo, kickboxing. I'm a martial art player. I have done Bharatnatyam. I've done a lot of extracurricular activities as I was in a COVID convent school where there was extracurricular activities inculcated into the education system. So after my marriage and being a doctor, I was really overweight. Like I was around 78 kg. I wasn't able to pull myself as I was. I was getting tired a lot and I was not able to focus the things and all that. And somewhere inside, I was feeling that this is not me. I wasn't made like this. I am not like this. And that slowly made me get into the gym, get into the shape, and I lost a lot of weight. And then they were my friends who told me, like, okay, you should get into bodybuilding because luckily in the gym where I was working, there were a couple of bodybuilders who were professional bodybuilders who used to compete. So I started going with them to see the competitions and all. So late night we used to see all bodybuilding competitions, how it used to happen, and I used to find that number of women and girls were very low, like around hardly not 5, 6. And I was very curious about it. Okay, why so number of less numbers of women in this competition? And I used to always get justified, like in India, women don't like this. In India, it is not supported. India में इसको अहमियत नहीं है. The one who does bodybuilding. And then I was of a perception that why it's a sports, it's why it is seen in as a gender biases. उसको gender में क्यों देख रहे हो? It's a sport. Anybody
Absolutely.
can, any X, Y, Z person can do it if he wants to do it. So then I decided with my coach who was there initially, Shrikant, who taught me what is gym about, how is the form and all. I told him I want to compete this time. Then he said like it won't be possible. Let's see. Then I met multiple bodybuilders and I took a review of them that I'm a doctor. I'm totally new to this profession and I want to do it so that tomorrow nobody says that you don't have very limited numbers. Anybody can go and stand on the stage. If 4 doctors like me come ahead and get into the stage, tomorrow 10 singers will come, tomorrow 10 musicians will come saying, okay, it's open for all. You cannot limit on to be only just a trainer can do a bodybuilding because they are in the gym. So that's how initially inculcated. You know what, Biglee sir, being a gynecologist, I have been to a shades of all female shades. I have seen all sad stories. I have seen all humiliations and big no's in their life, which have obstructed them in their lives. So for me, being a female and supporting a female in any aspect is always been there. So I thought like this time I'm going to compete, and then I met Vipin Peterson. He was the one who guided me with this, and that's how I competed for my first time, and that's how it all happened. You know, it wasn't just a spark that okay I want to compete, but then it was a lot of experiences, lot of advices, and lot of all of the things which made me come out to on that stage that day particularly.
Awesome, awesome. So, like, see, there are a lot of hardships that you had to choose. First show, what was the outcome, and what all shows you have competed? I know you competed outside India, which I would definitely want to.
Yes, I competed in. See, I was doing my masters from UK. I did my masters in London from London University. I had come for a research in India. I was in Gujarat for infertility research. At that time was a moment in 2019 when I met Vipin Peters for the first time, and we competed. He helped me, and that was my first time in March. I competed. I competed for Mumbai, where I was a silver medalist. Then I went for Maharashtra. I competed there, but unfortunately, I had to leave back on the very second day to Australia because I had my research happening into Australia. So, very second day of Maharashtra Shri, I went off to Australia, and then there was a national happening, but because of COVID, it got stopped. So after that, there was a lockdown everywhere. Entire world was shut down. So after 3 months of my lockdown, I was just browsing with things in on the net, and I could find out a workshop of Australia IFBB, and then I inquired about that, and I went. I attended that workshop. So when I went there, very first time a judge said that it's been a long 24, 25 years I'm judging. She was competing at that time of Arnold. She is 70 plus now, and she's still working there. She said, I haven't seen any brown skin entering this workshop ever in 25 years. And that was the moment when I was like, why? Why we Indians haven't entered IFBB Australia yet? From Australia, there are so many Indians going on. And that time I called back Vipin sir and I said, sir, this is what I feel. Should I or should I not? Because when you all being a professional athletes, you have more knowledge about body and you all know who can compete and who cannot compete. You are the right person to judge. Me, even being a doctor, if I talk something about complications of Caesar sections, I will be the right person to judge. So I called him straight away and I said, then he only said, why not? You should go for it. And then we decided to get into this. And then I prepared for almost 6 to 7 months of IFBB Australia. In that, how was the scenario was, every 15 days we used to go and get trained under them. They used to teach us posings, how to be flawless, how to be confident, and then how the diet varies. Everything they used to teach every 15 days. And then I competed for the first time, and then I won gold in my category of figure. Then I went for Open Championship. In Open Championship Australia, I won third medal. So that was my achievement there in Australia. And it was very tremendously goosebump coming because when I competed, to be very frankly, there was no Indian into the auditorium. We did not had virtual. We had a registration and the house was completely full. And there was no Indian cheering me out there. And when I stepped on the stage, there was a complete silence because nobody knew who the Indian has come. Like who the brown skin is there, because all other were Australians. And then when I was on top 5, when I was on top 3, and when I won, it was a complete surprise package for India.
Awesome. So, see, I saw the form that you were. The one thing that was very visible was when many women compete, they don't look feminine. I know you will accept. You look very feminine because of the level of professionalism you had. So I'm going to get back on certain questions that's give an answer. Better be prepared towards the end. What difference did you see when it came to a competition? Yeah, I know that you would have observed a lot of differences because people have to know what changes you saw so that if somebody wants to organize a show, they know what differences you have. For example, like there are multiple federations as you know. Once in one federation when I went, women did not have green room. Women did not have a separate space to tan and get ready. It was just the backside of the stage. So that's how horrible some federations can show. So I just want you to brief what differences you saw so that the audience can know where we have to.
Yes, when I was in Mumbai Shri for the first time, there was a backstage, a small room given. There was no ventilation, there was no washroom, there was no different space for female to be comfortable. So that was something awkward to me, where I thought an improvisation, and there was no space to rest. You have to just put your bags all the backstage and you just lie down anywhere. I mean, if you are an athlete of a day, you are the one who is creating a history on that particular day. All over the Mumbai, Pune, Nagpur, whatever place, people are coming to watch you, and you are not being given that space. You are not given that rest area. Was one of the limiting zone, which I thought needs an improvisation, because people are coming all the way to see you, and you are only stressful where to lie down, where to sit. There is no space, there is no washroom, there is no ventilation, you are sweating badly. So I think that is very important on that particular day, because already athletes are on water loss for 24 hours. They are totally frustrated. Their mental level is on the another level. So I think that is particularly needs to an improvisation. So when I went to Australia, over there, it was like they had their own meals. They had provided with the meals. It was a five-star hotel, and there was a completely cold temperature. And then they had given a particular rest area for the females, rest area for the males, and in fact, they had observers there. Observers, in a sense, there are people who stands next to you, next to the computer. Anything you need a coffee, they just go and get you for you. You need your meal, they go and get it to you. They see that you are hydrated. They see that you're not collapsing. You are completely well. Are you getting tanned on time? So there were volunteers behind us as a support system when there was no one at the backstage to take care of every belonging, to take care of your your tan has been done on time, you have applied your tokens on the right time. And so I think that lack of volunteer was there, and kind of comfort to the bodybuilders needs to more improvise. That is very important.
Yeah, the hero of the show never gets scared until he steps on stage.
Because all the competitors are not at the level, but there are many competitors. Every 10 competitors, one competitor is that who has gone to a national level, who has gone to an international level, who has competed for India, who has competed for world. At least those people should get that kind of recognitions, when they are competing. It's not like, you just go backstage, throw your bag and lie down wherever you want to. It's something which I think has to be standardized in India, because we have already reached a long way. We are too good far away. We are good athletes coming in bodybuilding now. Mm-hmm. So I think raising that standard is also very important right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Amazing. So, even when I took my athletes abroad, this was fun. First time I took my athletes abroad. That's why it was two different worlds. So, that definitely needs to change. Sheru, luckily, has provided a lot of change in the industry. I should give him hats off.
Yes, yes. I was amazed to see the level and standard he has maintained. It's completely like an international level. I mean, like, I was really happy to be a part of Portrix there. It was my first experience, and I really amazingly enjoyed that moment of being there. It was, I mean, like, multiple people you have to manage under a floor is not an easy task, and they
Yeah,
did it tremendously well. I mean, like,
absolutely.
amazing. It was really amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So let's now deviate from the shows. Let's talk about Maya's training and diet. Like I know you lift pretty heavy, you're very serious, you're on these. But give us a glimpse of what is your off-season training like? What is your contest season training like? And about the diet. This is a standard question that you will have to answer because that's something that every viewer wants to. If like ladies who are watching this, they'll be very much interested in what Maya do, what Maya builds.
Okay, so you want to know about my off season and on seasons.
Yeah, yeah, that I know.
To be very particular, to be feminine and to keep my body very feminine, as I'm a gynecologist and as I know all the hormone levels in my body, and I have only 12 weeks of preparation of my competition. Before that, I do have healthy diet, but I do eat everything. I do detoxify my body. There is a difference in India and internationally when you want to compete. There are packages when you go to an athlete. There are packages where you get enrolled for your comp prep. That is called competition prep. So that lasts only for 12 weeks. No a day one extra or no day less. So whenever you have five big athletes who comp prep, so they comp prep only for 12 weeks. So you have a package. You have to decide which package you have to take. So in India, what happens is when you get into competition prep, you keep on continuing that. You don't break that cycle. It's not because you don't want to break it, because there is a demand of it. Once you are a
Definitely.
competitor, everybody wants to see you in the same physique. Everybody wants to see you on the same level of state. If being a female, if you become a little bit chubby or you become overweight or you just put on some weight, then you are being told, and then everybody around you say, what's wrong with you? Why are you out of shape? Or you are out of the season now, you won't be able to compete now. So these kinds of mental pressure makes them keep on using and keep on training themselves to the same level, which they don't have to actually. It's a body. It's made of chemicals. It's a receptor oriented body, and we have to understand it. So I train myself for a comp prep only for 12 weeks, and then I just go off everything. I get to nature. I eat everything. I am back to Indian food. I detoxify my body with every stuff, and then again when I am about to compete, like if there is my show going on happening, then again 12 weeks I go for a complete diet with 1 grams to 1 grams of my diet, and then I again get shredded, and then again I am back on stage. So this is very important. First of all, because you are a female body, you're not a testosterone. You have estrogen, progesterone. Second thing is you need to menstruate every month. Third thing is you need to continue with your femininity to be a feminine, and that all gives you importantly कि अगर आप कोई साइकिल ले रहे हो या आप कोई कंपटीशन प्रेप कर रहे हो, तो you have to give a break. So that is very important. Yes, that is very important. अगर आप नहीं दोगे तो you get into wrong direction, and that's where every story changes, and then there is that kind of drug abuse starts, and then supplying the demand to the society that you are in a shape all the year makes you get into wrong direction, which is not right. Yes.
Arjun, see, this one does not apply only for the ladies, even for men. Okay, so like when it comes to the woman's body, the first priority is the menstruation cycles. But like beyond that, the biggest problem that I see among the bodybuilders, like it's a constant demand, not just by the society, but by the federations. If you win a state show, you have to do a nationals. If you win a nationals, then you think, okay, the pro card is there. Because the judges call you have a good chance, very you have to do this. You have to do this. In the pro card, you're on the stuff for like almost 8 to 9 months. Judges call you. You have a bright future, son. 3 months away, you have a pro show. So this guy now has no control over the future. What happens is not just like basic functionality of the body. I see that a lot of people develop the complications, like filling of blood, like what is it, drop of the HDL cholesterol, or the stress that you put on the kidneys, the stress that you put on the liver, the stress that you put on the entire endocrine system. You need a break. This is something which like even the organizers, the panel of judges must understand that a human body can push only for so long. So like there has to be a change where like there are separate seasons for separate people, so that at the max, if you have a state show, a national show, and then a pro show coming, let's say like the amateur Olympia, they should happen in a matter of 6 to 8 weeks, so that a competitor does not extend more than 16 weeks. The ultimate truth is this, okay? Like when we are talking openly about cycles, people think it's only bodybuilders who display the body. I know athletes who run, I know cricketers who bowl, I know chess players who abuse on amphetamines. So when it comes to a sport, if you look like a normal person, nobody's going to come and watch you on stage. But we have to take care of the system. We have only one body to live in. That is where we have to actually take care of.
Yeah, multiple competitors, multiple people taking it because it's in demand.
Yes.
You have to be a superwoman, you have to be a superman when you are on a stage. You can't say that okay, I can go naturally. Now, we accepted that we cannot go naturally. We can't be monsters without taking a drug, enhancing drugs. But how long is the question? And that has to be understood because behind this one question, how long should one take it? The entire story goes like you are becomes drug abuse, you get drug addicted, you get drug dependency, and second thing is getting all achievement in a short time. I want this gold medal, I want that gold medal, I want that gold medal, I want gold medal. And end of the year, when you come, like I, as being an endocrinologist, as an IVF, I deal with all the hormones. Multiple people messages me, okay, my hormone, this issue is there, and my erection problem is there, my infertility problem is there, I have been running cycles for 1 year, what am I supposed to do now? I have a gynecomastia, am I supposed to do now? So when you know that this was the consequences, why did you accept it? That's my question.
Exactly.
The one important thing is when you knew everything about it and still you accepted it, because doctor has a limitations to treat you. If you come at the stage 4 and you expect me to treat you like stage 1, it's not possible because even I have a limitations of drugs to give you. So this is what important is. When you go abroad, when you go to Sydney, when you go to Australia, when we meet bodybuilders there, when we interact, we talk to them, they are very particular. They are very particular about it. Like if somebody is on prep, he will stop. He will not be giddy for another stage show. They will take care of their body first. They will completely be natural again. They will be on diet. Of course, they don't leave their diet for a year, and that I accept it. You kill them, they will agree to die, but then they will not leave their diet. They are very particular about their diet. They are very particular about their gym. But when it comes to competition prep, they will prep and then they will rest for 6-7 months. And then see what happens, we see YouTube and we see international Olympia bodybuilders. When we put the headphones and we put some motivational gym videos, there are always an Olympia players coming. Let's make it very clear. They are the monsters and they are made to be that. There is a team of doctors who works 24 hours on them, and that's under their supervision. They do it. I'm a doctor. I can't pay such a doctor team, and I can't be Miss Olympia because I don't want to be that. So the trainers, the national players, the under national players of India, they see their video and then they get motivated, and in the mirror they want to be like monsters like them, which is not possible. We have to be on a reality basis. We can't be like them. They are at the level because they are meant to be at that level. So my only question to all people, all the viewers, are that don't be greedy. Like there is one competition, let's win that, and then second competition, let's win that. Then don't go on PCT, don't do this, don't then just don't stop your drugs, don't stop your training. No, this is not the motive. The motive is you compete, you take a rest, you give a break to your body, be healthy. Again, you can compete. But this is what it is lacking right now in India, is like people wants to achieve everything in a short time. And because of this, all the trainers, I mean like the whole, all people like you who are big coaches gets under pressure because they need a results from you. you know
Exactly.
okay, are you? No, he's, and then there is a like, okay, we need a result, we need a result, which is not possible.
See, I'll tell you what. Okay, I had occasions where a lot of big players walked out of me because I have certain simple rules. Okay? A person, if I'm going to accept him, the first thing that he has to submit is his network. And I have a team of doctors to whom they have to get their blood work evaluated, and only after a go, I write whatever is required. Even if you are a normal client who is coming for fat loss, blood test is the first thing. I don't try to do anything without understanding. If you don't do your blood work every 6 weeks, I don't continue the plan. So there are a lot of angry bodybuilders who left me, but I'm happy that I'm able to stick to that, because one thing is change has to start somewhere. It is not just associated. By God's grace, I'm able to financially support my family in a very, very good way through whatever I do. So, like this is not the only means by which I have to. So, I'm able to take that hard and fast decision, which people who stick with me for long can appreciate. So, if as a community of coaches, people decide, okay, my client's health is important, then there will be a good change. For example, when I was training Bhavani Devi for her kids, we had the trainings in Biglee. So she was training in a school where there was a coach who taught her fencing. I was her fitness coach. There was a mental coach. There was a team of doctors. And in the team of doctors, they had the one who takes care of her. There was a posture correction specialist who would work
Wow.
with her on every week. So every athlete had a team of 10 people working with them. It was not one person, one coach. I do it. There was a team of experts working. So that particular school wins at least 3 Olympic golds every Olympics because they take that much care. So like once I trained her, I came back. I changed the way I started working. I started incorporating experts into my team so that my clients get the best service. So like one message that I want to go to all the coaches. I know I'm taking your time, Barry, how to talk, but is that as a coach, you have a responsibility, deal with your expertise. When it comes to the health of your client, please have a doctor's consultation.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very important. And other than that, what happens is like, you know, uh, consistency, hard work, and then following your diet is very important part of your bodybuilding. People just ask you a question, okay, which protein is good? That's
Yeah.
not the question. Question is how much you're training. Is it progressive overload? Are you taking your reps full? Are you taking in a range of hypertrophy or are you taking it in a strength? That is very important, which is unspoken anyway. You will never see people discussing about it. Like, is my range right? Is my hypertrophy reps right? Am I taking progressive load? Am I ready to kill myself on leg day? Am I ready to break my muscles? People will never talk about it because this is something painful to accept.
Exactly.
Now, when I competed in Australia, nobody knew me. In fact, nobody knew that there was a girl who was in COVID. We were working. We did not have patients in thousand. We had patients in lakh, which we're taking care of. And in that, nobody called me at around 3:30 in the morning, where I used to go my training 4 o'clock in the morning, because 6 o'clock I used to have my train. Before that, like, I have to drop my both the daughters to school and daycare, and then rush to my hospital, then come back, then do my night training. Nobody called me in the morning saying, okay, get up, you need to train. It was all me who decided, all me who wanted to do this. So that me, and to achieve it is important. Like, I could have easily go enjoy my days in Australia, saying, okay, it's a weekend, go at the beach, enjoy your weekend. It's a COVID patients, you're just tired of looking at lakh patients, and then coming home, having your food, and just go to sleep. But important is staying focused to what you want to achieve in your life. If you want to be a bodybuilder, be it with a hard work. Look at your diet, look at your weight training. Are you taking your diet training properly? Are you hitting at the level where your hypertrophy is actually happening? So what is happening is, you start taking drug enhances performance. You don't take ranges properly. You don't get good forms. You just do 15, 20 kgs, and then you keep on doing that. I did a lot, and then you come and say, why my results are not happening? I took so many medicines. I am taking my diet. Why is this not happening? My coach is not right. He is not guiding me properly. Now that
Change
is
the
not
coach.
important. Yes, now that is not important. Now important is, you are focusing on 20% of your preparation, but the 70% of your preparation is your diet on time. Mind very well, even when I'm operating, once I'm done with my operation, a very thing is, I put an alarm to my diet that this is the time where I'm supposed to take. It's 3 hours and I have to take my meal. Definitely, in kind of complications, I do miss my diet, but this is actually what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to set your alarms. You're supposed to eat your diet on time. You're supposed to hit your workout properly at 45 to 1 hour, and then you take care that every week you're progressing your weight, so that you are in a hypertrophy of what range you want. Like, if you want a big muscles, you go with it. That is important of discussion. If you do that, your coach is perfect. That's what I say.
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
And if you
See,
focus, yeah.
the point is, you take all the supplements away from the sport, you take all the drugs away from the sport. Still, Sebum would win the classic. Big Ramy will be the biggest monster walking on stage, because it is the work ethic, consistency, and it is not motivation. These guys are driven to achieve what they want. So, like what you said, it is nobody woke you up for the competition. Nobody woke you up 3 a.m. in the morning, because you wanted to achieve it. You gave it 100%. So that's one thing that, like, everybody should take away from this.
Yes,
Uh,
because
like,
my problem was, we don't have helping hands in Australia. Everything you have to do it. So my daily schedule was already packed up, because I had to go for COVID duties. I had my research going on. I have two daughters to take care of. I have a kitchen to take care of, because my family doesn't know to cook. So my day was completely packed. So only the night when they go to bed, I was the one to train. Like 10:30 in the night, I used to go for my weight training. Morning 4 o'clock, I used to do for my cardio. So my competition prep was all in night time, where I did not touch my family time, where I did not touch my professional time. And that is important, because that time management is important. If I would have given an excuse, when in a day I don't have a time, how am I going to compete? I wouldn't have be able to compete. I had to lack my sleep somewhere to come out in the morning and in the night and do that weight training. And that is very important. You have to manage your time. uh, I think so. This is very particular, that other than you are professional, like you guys, you all, I mean, like, we all are so super busy in our own world. Then,
yeah,
but then, if you want to do something, you need to have management of your time, where you don't disturb your current situation. Like, if you are in a project, something, and you have a competition, you say, like, oh, I have a big project, I can't compete. You have to take some time, take out, and do that time management to achieve what you want in your life. And let me tell, I am a doctor. I am a surgeon. Okay. Now I am not super hyping myself. But who all audience are watching? Who all, every single girl or a boy is watching this, and who thinks See, because of drug enhancing drugs, these bodybuilders are becoming monsters and they are doing what? Because I've seen in India, let me tell it very clearly in Hindi, कि मैंने जितने भी बॉडी बिल्डर्स को देखा है मैंने हमेशा लोगों के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू यही देखा है हाँ he is on steroids he is on drug enhancing performance he takes this supplements he takes that supplement now let me make it very clear I am a doctor I am earning a lot of money so I can afford the best supplements in the world. I can afford that easily. But still, I can't be Miss Olympia until and unless I do my weight training and I do my diet properly. So make it very clear, guys. ये जो भी बॉडी बिल्डर्स बनते हैं, they are because of their hard work. They are not because of drug enhancing. Because they are daily taking that pain on they are daily breaking their muscles. They are daily making them in a process of hypertrophy. And at the end, you see the result on the stage. It's not just because of drug enhancing. I can take drug enhancing, best drug enhancing on from the best developed country, but still I can't develop muscles until and unless I do my training properly. So focus on training, focus on what your trainers are telling you, focus on what your coaches are telling you, and just come out of that myth that if I could not be a bodybuilder because I could not get the supplement. Just stay out of it.
Absolutely. So I'll just give you a small example. One of my athletes before a show was not getting into shape. So all that I had to do was, I said, stop every supplement that you are taking because you are working your diet to the T and the results are not happening. Let's cut the supplements and switch to instant chicken. This person transformed in like 2 weeks. It was so-called best supplements were adulterated from the source. So like so end of the day, everything boils down to like what you say, it's your training, your diet.
We are in bubble of giving excuses. Okay, these are the bodybuilders and they are on the drug enhancing and that's what making them different from people. No, come on, get out of that dream, get out of that bubble. We go everyday training. We eat our food we don't eat sweets. We haven't touched sweets for six months, 7 months. We are daily getting up, daily we are doing our workout. Even if we are in a hospital, we are working day and night off. We have no excuses. We go, we train, and we train. And that's the end result. When you see us on stage, you say, oh, okay, they are different. So it's not because of the supplements we take, it's because every day, 365 days, without any excuses, we go, we get trained, we get trained, we get trained. That's important.
When we go on vacation, what do? Find a gym. We make friends with the chef and ask them to make that kind of food. Wherever we go, we just take care of it. So that's the result that they see on stage. So like now we do like some important questions that got on games.
Yes.
Is it possible? Like we have already answered, but I want to hear it from you. Is it possible for a woman to carry and look extremely thin? I know the answer is yes, but I want to hear how it is.
Yes, because it is very big yes. Even if you lift heavy, you will be feminine because your testosterone level is at very less level and you have estrogen progesterone to maintain your femininity, which doesn't drop because of heavy weight. So you are, nothing can ever take your femininity from you till you are 60s. So even if you lift heavy to heaviest in this, you are a power lifter or whatever, your femininity is always maintained because nature has given you those hormones which will maintain your femininity throughout your life.
Awesome. So there is one more question I wanted to ask, especially for women athletes who want to compete after the pregnancy. Like see, I know that the organs kind of rearrange themselves when like the baby gets developed in the uterus. And then after the delivery, there is a empty space inside the stomach. So do you advise corset for these athletes post-pregnancy? Oops, so I lost my... Yeah. Hello. Hey Maya, were you able to hear my question? Yeah. Hi Maya, were you able to hear my question? Let me reiterate. So during pregnancy, the entire organs inside the stomach of a woman kind of rearranges themselves. And after the baby is born, they don't come back to position that fast. So, like there is a method of corseting that the Nubians have used. So, will that be beneficial for women athletes post pregnancy? How? That is the question, part of the question. And I see a lot of women who have trouble using the skin below their C section. So, if there is an athlete who has to get in for a C section, is there something specific that she needs to discuss with her doctor?
Yeah, see, after delivery, there is a relaxation of muscle, not outside, inside as well. Your entire muscle relaxation is there, and once the elasticity loosens, you cannot tighten it up completely, but yes, you can strengthen them up. And when you are in a normal delivery, a normal question which is always asked is like, when should they resume their workout? So when it is normal delivery, after 2 weeks, you can resume your workout back with moderate weights. And when it is a C-section, it is 6 weeks where you need to come back on floor for your moderate workout. Now, thing is like, after section, it is very, very normal to compete and lift heavy. It has nothing to do that will damage you inside, because uterus is itself a very, very distensible organ which comes back to its position after section.
I think so. I lost you. Guys, are you able to hear Maya? Are you able to hear me? I think so. Maya there. Dr. Maya, please rejoin. So there is an internet issue. So you come almost to the end of. So I have this one question. So I'll wait for Dr. Maya to rejoin. Yep, she rejoined. I'm accepting her.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very common after Caesar section to compete. There is nothing related that if you take heavy, there will be an issue or not. So completely come out of it. Even if you have done your section, just go and hit the floor.
Okay. So my question was a little specific. So a lot of girls find it tough to lose that extra bit of skin below the C-section. Is there something that needs to be specifically done for that?
See, particularly you cannot do anything, but then if you drop your body fat percentage, it will go.
Okay.
And that is the last source of fat to reduce, because that's already lax skin. So it is not as compressive as you find it on your upper body or your back, which you flex and then it burns your fat and then it goes. Now the skin has loosened up. So to reduce that fat, what I suggest normally is like, you need to wear a corset of it when you're training to it. When you're doing your cardio, you need to do the corset. That's one which helps you, because that keeps that tightened up. And when you're warming up, that's one which helps you to, burn a little bit more than naturally. And second thing is drop your overall fat percentage. There are no shortcuts to it that, this will happen, because the skin is lax, so you can't do much about it. So you have to do drop your fat percentage. That is very important. Yeah.
Awesome. So any final words for your
Yeah, one more thing I would like to clear in here. Yes, Dust. There is an estrogen dependency happens after your pregnancy. Your estrogen becomes dominant. So there are areas of your lateral thighs, your lower abdomen, and your hamstrings where the fat deposition happens, your lower abdomen. So these are the areas where you find that you're doing your diet properly, you're doing your workout, still that area of fat is not reduced. So that is because of the estrogen dependency. dominance, which we call the term. Estrogen dominance doesn't allow the fat to reduce from this area, which is very important. So at that time, it is important to go on very low carb and drop your fat percentage. When your estrogen level comes down, that's the point when your fats will start burning, stubborn fats will start burning from this area, because males doesn't have estrogen dominance particular problem. So you will never find these kinds of problems with a male having their lateral lateral thighs is having lot of fat depositions. The hamstrings are not getting shredded. These is with particularly with the female, because they have an estrogen, and you have to accept this, that for you, for a female to reduce fat percentage than a man is a very tough part.
Yeah. Awesome, awesome. So before we conclude, there is a message for us. We stepped into the gray area and all those things today, but I see a lot of questions popping up on the question section. So if you guys want us back on live very soon, I want you to drop us over the with your questions. Based on the volume of questions, we will decide when you can come back on and answer those questions. This was a very generic live where, it was a live about who is Dr. Maya Rathod. Okay, so if you want to hear back, get her answer your questions, you will have to write to both of us either me or her, and then we'll consolidate based on that. We coming live and answering all your questions. Before we leave, final words, Dr. Maya.
Final word is nothing. Dream big. Be focused on that. Every person has a sad story in their life. Everybody's struggling in their own life. But if you're born like a star, live like a star, be positive. Ups and downs are a part of a life, but that doesn't stop you from dreaming. That doesn't stop you becoming something in this world and exploring your potential. So just enjoy your life, and that's all I can say. Because being a mother, being a doctor, being in a society of India, I'm always pressurized on not doing this, not doing that. But I'm always positive for what I do, and I always take care that everything comes out to be very positive.
Awesome. So the very first conversation I had with Dr. Maya was that I was getting the positivity. That was the most important thing. The second thing was she wanted to give back to the community as much as she could. Okay, so these two were the most important things that just made me, find out who this person is. And it was amazing talking to you on the live. And within a short period, we have grown very good friends because we share ideologies of giving back to the community. So looking forward to have you on live as often as possible based on your schedule. I know you're super busy, but based on your schedule. And looking forward for your future success in your family life, in your bodybuilding, that is the physique profession, and in the profession of medicine. Thank you so much for giving us the time and opportunity.
For giving me this platform and getting connected to so many people, and especially you, you really being so positive. I remember I told you, when I talk to you, I get that positive vibes, because you have actually earned so much of experiences, and now when you are on a platform of sharing it, it is our opportunity, and we are humbled to have you sharing it. People have knowledge, but then if you don't share it, it doesn't make sense. And you are today giving every athlete a platform to share their stories, make people understand about how they go through their journey, what are the facts which is supposed to be cleared in the mind of people. And this is very important, because I know it's not only doctors who are busy. Every person in their field is busy today, because we are in a very competitive world. And you also super busy, as you came to Mumbai yesterday, you're back to Chennai in a day. You have lack of sleeps, lack of rest, but still you are taking time out, connecting to athletes, giving these kinds of knowledge. Hats off to you. And this is what is everybody needs to have an initiative, because you people are the extra level of bodybuilding, and when you come back and you give society and the young generation your knowledge, it is our privilege to take it, you know. Few athletes of you who already core of bodybuilding, you know, you all are champions of bodybuilders. When you look back to us and you give your knowledge to us, that is our lucky part, that we are getting you all back, and you all are sharing and clearing things to us. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much. And like, to be frank, every dana of rice that I eat is because of bodybuilding in this particular industry. So like, if I can provide a platform to others, there is nothing better than that. And the point is, people don't know about heroes like you, right? Like what you have done, all those things. So if I can like showcase that, there are going to be thousands and thousands of Maya Rathod work champions. So thank you
Yeah.
so much. Looking
So,
forward to meet you again. Thank you very
sure.
much, Maya.
Thank you. Thank you.